Hey bestie, can you believe I finally started planning to open my very own cocktail bar? It's been my dream for so long and I've finally taken the first step, although, there's always a catch, isn't there? You remember Jack, right? The investor I was telling you about, he's a bit skeptical, but you know me, I can handle a challenge. Haha, and trust in my potent cocktail-making abilities to win him over. Me and my shaker, we are inseparable, right? I remember when I first told the others about meeting the investor. Ming was like, just keep your cool, Ev. You're a superstar behind the bar, and I couldn't help but laugh. It's funny because Ming usually acts all tough, but I've seen his softer side. Like when I let him try my newest creation, the Waterloo Sunrise cocktail, and he was shocked how much he loved it. That face, haha, I should have framed that picture. Speaking of pictures, Yuna and Hana both sent me lucky emojis, which was super sweet of them. Gosh, I love our group. They've been really supportive, and even though it's nerve-wracking, their faith in me is making me feel more confident about the whole thing. I swear, sometimes they believe in me more than I believe in myself, you know? And speaking of faith, did I tell you what Hana said to me? It was kind of sweet. She was like, Evelyn, you are passionate about this. Let that shine thorough. And it was like, wow, yeah, I am passionate about this, and I'm meant for this. I can do this. Wish me luck, bestie. Okay, now I'm just rambling. So I met an investor for my prospective cocktail bar today. You won't believe this, but he's interested. Feels like somebody put some magic into my shaker, doesn't it? Of course, I can't pop the champagne yet, but hey, baby steps, right? Hana, Yuna, and Ming, they were all equally excited. Hana even said she'll be boosting the Soul Tourist on her art profile once it's ready. And Yuna, oh, she's so funny, outright declared herself as a professional taster. And boy, she sure throws a karaoke party. Ming, on the other hand, is still traumatized from that green tea latte. Can you believe it? It was super strong, though. So you see, it's all happening. I'm really pursuing my dream here, and it's slightly intimidating, but thrilling at the same time. I just really hope the investor goes through with it. Anyways, enough business talk. Something exciting. Remember that local drink, tuba, from my trip to Boracay? I was thinking to adapt it. Maybe concoct a cocktail version, a mix of exotic tropical flavors with an Evelyn twist to it, you know what I mean? I even came up with a name, the Soul Tourist. And my reliable taste test squad, they seem pretty up for it. I promise, Ming, no green tea involved. Just the thought of creating a drink based on my travel adventures. It's so exciting. It's like binding two of my passions into one. Just daydreaming about it and I'm hungry. I better get going and experiment a bit before I serve it to the gang. Stay tuned for updates. So today we're going down a new path of exotictification in mixology. Honestly, it's such a thrill to create cocktails that feel like an adventure in itself. Remember that tuba-inspired cocktail, the Soul Tourist, I was working on? Same spirit, now with Vietnamese lotus tea. Imagine that, savoring a drink that tastes like the essence of an entrancing Vietnamese lotus pond. It's like teleporting to Vietnam with a sip, right? All I need is a little bit of magic stirred in with my mixology skills and voila. So what happened during the brainstorm? You know how we bargain with perfection, and I strive to achieve a balance between the sweet and subtly tangy flavor of lotus tea and something more mysterious. By the way, mixing has always been akin to an artistic performance to me, you know? Fun, spontaneous, yet every movement has its purpose, just like painting or Chinese calligraphy. I've always liked the sound of ice cubes rattling inside the cocktail shaker. It sort of energizes the whole process. Does it make any sense? Anyway, it was pretty quiet except for the sound of the shaker, my humming, and periodic laughter when I made any silly mistakes. That's the charm, isn't it? It's like I'm having a separate conversation with the cocktail, bargaining and negotiating for the perfect taste. Ming's recent fascination with space got our chat group into quite a fun little discussion. He shared some facts about the Voyager 1. Apparently, it just reached 150 AU. Imagine us out there in space, cocktail shaker in one hand, martini glass in the other, stirring up a cocktail beneath a starry sky. Haha, ridiculous, right? Yet it led us to a rather interesting proposition, a space-themed cocktail. Ming said it should taste like stardust. I said I need to taste stardust first. Haha. I mean, how do you create an out-of-this-world drink? Maybe Yuna's right. Just mix some carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen flavors together. Do you think NASA provides taste tests for aspiring mixologists? In between the space cocktail musings, I casually mentioned my ongoing experiment with the lotus tea. Yuna came up with a super catchy name for the drink, Lotus Eclipse. Isn't that awesome? It's like there's a mysterious saga behind every sip of the cocktail. I can already imagine Ming, Hana, and Yuna tasting it and painting the town crimson with their reviews. You know our Yuna with names, always the creative one. Do remind me to thank her properly next time. Anyway, Ming is still scarred from the green tea debacle. He immediately pointed it out, hoping the lotus tea cocktail isn't anywhere close. Poor Ming. Little does he know the adventurous spirit I am stirring up just for him in the form of the Lotus Eclipse. Speaking of the chat group, we've been exchanging recommendations, with End of the Road series on Netflix reigning the chart this time. Yuna, the official series queen, led us onto it, and boy, is it a roller coaster. Nothing like an engaging show and a delicious cocktail, right? Well,